welcome back to another episode of Creative Writing Advice with me, JJ Barnes. If you don't know me, I am the author of How to Write Your Story, which is out now on Amazon. It's where I take you from the beginning of your story all the way through to the end. I cover everything in between, then like tips and tricks for characterization and story structure and show don't tell, things like that. Hopefully it will help you get the confidence that you need to get your story out into the world. I do that over here on YouTube as well. I take different pieces of writing advice and I break them down. But right now on a Monday, I am doing Ask Me Anything. So sometimes it's to do with writing and tips and tricks and things like that, and other times it's not. Sometimes it's to do with what it's like being a writer or the aspirations I have to do with my writing, like the general day-to-day existence, or sometimes it is just completely strange and I get questions that are about all sorts of subjects that I'm not emotionally prepared to tackle, but I do my best. So what I do is I get them all through the week and I put them all into this bag. Some of them are older and newer. It doesn't really matter to me. I just mix them all up and I do them at random. I don't do all of them. I've got a whole bunch in here. I don't do them in an order. I take them out at random and I just do a few each episode so that I'm not going on and on and on and on, because if you've been watching these, you know sometimes I just go on because I get an idea in my head and I just sort of waft. So I will try to be succinct and make it as entertaining as possible for you. Yeah, ask me anything. So I'll just dive in and we'll see what it is you've asked this week. Okay. Alright, question number 1. What has the highlight of your day been? Well, it's very early. It's only 9:15 in the morning. So, highlight of my day. I got a bit of a lie-in. That was nice. I had coffee. Coffee is always a bit of a highlight for me. But the day hasn't been going on for very long, so maybe I'll get some really good highlights later and have to sort of just, I don't know, I'll tell you on Twitter, because it's a bit early. I'm filming early in the morning. Well, no, it's not very early, it's 9:15, but earlier than would normally give me many highlights. Okay. Let's see. Do you hate it when people ask about your past relationships? I do get questions about my past relationships on here, and no, I don't hate it, because you know, everyone has them, right? I mean, well, not everyone. I suppose some people marry and stay together with their first love. I didn't, obviously. I'm divorced, for one thing. No, I don't hate it because they exist. My past relationships are. They are part of me. They've shaped me and changed me and made me who I am in some ways. So it's fine. It makes sense that people are curious because, especially, you know, I think people like to sort of understand that they're not the only people who've had exes and divorces, and you know, that you're not alone in your relationship experiences, so it's fine. I don't hate it. I don't always like talking about some of my ex-relationships because who does, right? But it's fine. If you want to know stuff, like, I don't mind you asking. That's why I do this, right? If you want to get to know me, then okay. What is your wildest fantasy? Now, this could be taken in two ways, right? If it's one of the people who sends in like the naked questions, that's a different kind of question. And if it's one of the people who asks about like career aspirations and goals, things like that, it's a different one. So I'm going to take it to be wildest fantasy, not from a naked questioner. My wildest fantasy is that our little business, our Siren Stories business, grows and becomes a really big story empire where we have loads and loads of people, all passionate, all caring, all creative, all like imaginative, who are all working really hard to make stories. And we can, do the things we love to do and be able to have like a big team. I'd love a big team of people who are all as passionate about what we do and love to write and love to sing, love to act, just creative people and my people. And the idea of being able to have just loads of them all working for the same stuff and caring passionately about the same stuff. Yeah, that's my wildest fantasy. A big Siren Stories universe production institute where we all just love our jobs. That's my wildest fantasy. Okay. Do you know the meaning of kissing someone's soul? I mean, I could, like, make something up. I don't know if there's an official meaning, no. But it's very poetic. So, it's the sort of thing you'd have in a song lyric or a poem about true love and being kissed in such a way that it's not just kissing you, it's connecting deeply with you. But I don't know if there's like an actual dictionary definition of meaning of kissing someone's soul, but it's the sort of thing that I would write if I was writing a love song. So let's see. Do you regret anything you did in the past? Oh God, yeah. One of my favourite ways of torturing myself is to lie awake at night and think about all the things I regret. All the people that I have wronged or potentially wronged or might have wronged or could be interpreting as having wronged, all the things that I wish I'd never done, and then yeah, of course I regret things in my past. I wouldn't go back and change them. If I had a time machine, I wouldn't go back and change them, because they part of the process of growing into being a better person is wronging, right? You do wrong, you do bad, you make mistakes, and you learn. So I wouldn't want to go back and get rid of all my mistakes and all the things I did wrong and bad, because then I wouldn't have grown and become a better person for it. So same now, when I make mistakes and do things wrong, I want to be a better person. I want to be a good human. So I try to take the things that I do wrong and do bad and learn from them and become better. So I have loads of things I wish I'd never done. Loads. And such is life, right? That's what happens. You grow up and you become better. But yeah, definitely. I don't think there's many people out there who are like, no, I've always done the right thing in my life, it's fine. This is a fun one. If you were a character in the Siren Stories universe, in the Sirens verse it says here, but I'll say Siren Stories universe, so if you don't know what this means, you're caught up. Who could control air resistance? What would you do? This is a lovely question, and I know who asked this one, so hi Pajuk. The characters in our universe, our Siren Stories universe, they have a power. So in Lily Prospero and the Magic Rabbit, Una is a character, and she's a liquid manipulator, which is a similar sort of thing to this. But she can move water, large bodies of water, movement of water, bodies with water, anything like that. That's what she can do. And air resistance would be being able to control the movement of air in the same way that Una controls water. It's a bit like if you've seen Charmed. They have a power, they have a gift, a magical ability that they can then use and grow and get stronger at and better at, but that is their magic. So that's a little sort of understanding of where the question comes from, and I love it when it's from people who know about our work and are familiar with the stories we tell and the lore we do, because it's very personal to me. It's like, oh, you really understand what we're doing, and I love that, so thank you. It means a lot. If I could control air resistance, I'd fly. Let's be honest. I'd be pushing the air down and blasting myself up in the air all the time. I would love that. I have dreams about flying. Yeah, 100%, that is what I do. I wouldn't be all noble and good and try and do something really good for humanity. I would be flying. Let's see. Do you like Smells Like Teen Spirit? I mean, I grew up in the 90s, so Nirvana were big, right? Yeah. I mean, I was never a massive Nirvana fan. I wasn't sort of entrenched in it. But yeah, I mean, who doesn't, right? It's a good song. Okay. What's your go-to midnight snack? Depends. Because, right, if it's like if we're up like super late because we've been drinking and watching movies and like, you know what I mean, then it would be pizza. I'd be like, order a massive pizza, and we've had like pizzas delivered that are just insane. They've had to tilt them to get them through our little front door because the box is so big. So that would be my ideal midnight snack. If I happen to like wake up and like, as I do this, I wake up a lot in the night and I just can't get back to sleep, so I just go downstairs and just like work and drink coffee, and I either have sort of toast, because toast is like good and warming and hearty, or like crisps. Just crisps, just sit there eating, or nuts. I love nuts. I love cashew nuts and walnuts, so I have like a little bag of just raw nuts, not the salty like honey roasty ones, just plain, because I really like the flavour of just nuts, so yeah. But pizza would always be my perfect choice because I love pizza. Okay, how many have I done? Quite a few. I'll do a couple more. Okay. Why do you have scars on your arms? You've either been watching these videos real closely or looking at photos, because you can see them. That's quite a big one. This big dark one here. And I've got them all over. It's like good one there. That's quite a big one. There's one. Yeah, there's nothing dramatic, I'm afraid. It's not like a tragic history of self-harm or anything that might sort of make you feel sort of, I don't know, emotions. Mostly it's because I'm really clumsy. So this is an oven. That's an oven burn. I don't know what that one is. It's raised. I probably caught my skin somewhere. I've got a few where animals have scratched me, because I grew up in the countryside and there was always animals. We had loads and loads of animals, so yeah. Also, I tend to pick, so if I get like a little scratch or something, I'll often sort of I pick my nails, pick scabs, things like that, just like it's a compulsion thing. So I end up with scars because I don't let them heal. I just ferret at them all the time. But yeah, I do have, you know, you are right if you've been looking at photos or videos of me and seeing that I've got loads of scars. I do. I know it's quite fashionable like to try and like use like body makeup to hide your flaws and your blemishes and things, but I've never really been bothered. I'm like, it's part of my body, so it's fine. But yeah, it isn't a sort of tragic and dramatic story that will make you feel things for me. It's literally just that I'm incredibly clumsy. Okay. Beef steak, tuna steak, or portobello mushroom steak? Well, I'm vegetarian, which rules out beef and tuna, but also I really hate mushrooms. So if I had to pick between the three, if I was in a restaurant and they were like, these are the 3 meals you can have, I would go for the portobello mushroom, but then I would just eat the stuff that comes with it because I don't like mushrooms at all. Okay, I'll do one more. Right. What is Jonathan better in regards to the writing craft than you? He is incredibly talented, you know what? He is really good. He has a really natural, innate understanding of structure that I have to work on. I have to think about that. It doesn't come naturally to me. He understands completely scene structure, story structure, sort of rise and fall in a story that keeps it like moving in a really organized and brilliant way. He gets that. Well, if we're writing together, I'll be like, I don't know why this scene isn't working. Like, read this scene with me. So we'll read through it together, like this character, that character, this character, that character. And he'll just instantly be like, well, the conflict has dropped here. So we need to put some, like, draw it back in again. And that is just so innate to his understanding of story. And so much of what I have learned about story that I then use when I'm talking story is literally what I have learned from him, because what I understand naturally is like characters and ideas, imagination stuff, the concepts, you know, things like that. He understands the technical stuff just brilliantly, and so I credit him with what I've learned, really. Well, not only him, obviously I've studied it in other places, but he has a really just, like, he zeroes in on it so smartly, and he's very, very talented. So thank you very much for watching another episode of Ask Me Anything. It was lovely to have you here and to experience all your questions. Thank you. If you want to send some in, I will answer them. They go into my bag. You can send them either here by dropping a comment on this video, or you can find me on social media. If you go to my website, which is jjbarnes.co.uk, over there you'll find links to my Twitter, my Facebook, my Instagram. I get sent questions over on there too, and I have an Ask FM account. Just search JJ Barnes. I'm on there, you'll see my face. What else? Oh, subscribe! Yeah, every Wednesday and Friday I put out a more traditional writing advice video where I talk about the structure, the characterization, the just things you can use to improve your, like, feeling about your writing, basically. Like, feel that you're in control, feel that you can do it, give you the confidence to write. And yeah, Monday is the Ask Me Anything, where as you've seen, I get all sorts of things. So thank you very much, and I will be back again soon. Bye.